Emily Maher, who works in International Student Services, says that her exciting Society Hill restaurant excels in the service department. For a memorable multi-course Moroccan meal, she recommends heading to Marrakesh.
So the history of the restaurant basically, it started in '74. My grandfather started it. That would be 46 years old the restaurant is now. We have the theme that it's a home that you knock to come in, and you have a traditional 7-course meal. The whole 7-course meal in general is the whole tradition. Like if you have a special occasion or royalty maybe in the history in Morocco, they would have like a similar feast. My favorite dish on the menu would probably be the Moroccan chicken, which is the first main course. You choose between lemon and olives or spicy cumin chicken. I usually like choosing the lemon chicken and spice on the side. That way you have both flavors. It feels very homey, you know, especially when it gets crowded. You can see the tables are next to each other, so sometimes you have customers close to each other, and it feels like everyone is at a home. When people leave the restaurant, you know, they're gonna feel satisfied, full, and almost like they came from a different country. You know, it's a very nice experience, very good food, and it's sure that you can have a good time here.
Emily, you picked Marrakesh. It's one of the most unique places in Philadelphia. Tell us why you chose it.
Well, like you said, it's a really unique and fun dining experience. It's not like any other restaurant I've been to. You go inside and there's all, you know, authentic tapestries and couches, and the tables are all very close together. So you look like you've been transported to Morocco. And the food is consistently amazing. They have a prefix menu with a few choices, but otherwise you get what they make you, and they've been making the same thing for years, and it's consistently amazing.
So one of the first dishes that comes out is the bistella, which is almost like a dessert. It's really sweet, but it's one of the appetizers. Tell us about that.
Yeah, that's a really interesting dish. It's puff pastry with chicken, eggs, I believe walnuts inside, and then on top is cinnamon and powdered sugar. So it is a very interesting mix of dessert, sweet, and savory appetizer, but it's really good, and I enjoy it every time I go.
John, how was it starting out with that sweet, sweet bistella?
Well, that was a surprise, because it did seem dessert-like. So I did actually talk to the manager afterwards and about the menu, and he said that they placed that there because the sweetness kind of contrasts with the following, and so it kind of accentuates the chicken meat course that comes right after it. So I thought it was interesting that they put that kind of thought into how they space out the dishes.
I do agree it was unique, but I did like the sweet and the savory. It was kind of like weird because when I was biting into it, I couldn't tell what was chicken and what was eggs. So I was trying to make through all those flavors, but I really did enjoy it as a start to that meal.
The other thing you have to worry about is it's really hot.
It is really hot, yeah.
It was really hot, yes.
And I don't think you mentioned, but you eat everything with your fingers.
You do.
So
Right.
like you grab a hold of that, and you can be sorry.
Yeah.
So for your first time, you're probably not expecting to dive in with your fingers, but yeah, there are no utensils. How was that experience for you, Gio?
Yeah, it was interesting. The person I was with is a bit of a germaphobe, and so she was like, I don't know what this is, but I was like, hey, I'm here for the experience. So it was really cool to eat. Now I did see people across from me actually ask for utensils, but we were at the end of our meal, so.
The
But
utensils were an option. You
they
just had
were
to
an
ask.
option, but then we had the bread that we used a lot to scoop up the different food, so that was really good too.
Oh yeah, that bread, it's a good
Pita.
vehicle for all the
The
food.
pita, yes.
And
to
they
get
give
into
you
your
a
mouth.
nice big towel to put on your
Yes.
lap, so none of
So that you don't make a mess.
yeah, so
Yeah.
you can wipe your hands off and things like
It's
that.
the first thing they do is they give you this. It's like a beach towel.
Yeah.
Put on you, and then they wash your hands. So
Oh,
they,
with the rose water.
Yes.
Yeah.
Smells so good.
It smelled lovely.
Yeah.
That was really cool.
So after the first course comes out, it's another course, and you really love the honey and almond?
Yes, the lamb with honey and
Lamb.
almonds.
Yes.
Yeah, I Every time I go, I get that. I haven't even tried the other option because I love that lamb with honey and almonds so much. Falls right off the bone. It's so tender, and I am a big fan of the savory and sweet combo, so that's just my absolute favorite.
That was my favorite as well, of everything I had. I agree. The sweet, the savory, the crunchiness, it was tender, it fell off the bone. It was lovely. It's like the fourth course in, I think. So like I was full, but I wanted to finish the whole plate.
That's the hard part. You got to save room
You
for all
gotta
the
save
courses
room for
coming
everything
after.
coming after.
Oh yeah, you think that it's done after all of those salads too, because one of the first courses is those salads. John, what did you think of the salads?
Well, yeah, there are the 3 salads: the carrot salad, and cucumber and tomato, and an eggplant, a roasted eggplant. I like the roasted eggplant the best. I don't know. It was warm, but it was spiced really well. I didn't have trouble finishing that.
And so what did you think of the decor, John?
Oh, well, it's kind of surprising when you show up there that the entrance is down a little alley. The door's actually locked, so there's a doorbell, or you knock on it, and the person comes to greet, and it's a little bit confusing, so they go like, "What are you here for?" I have a reservation. And they go like, "Oh, okay, how many? 1, 2, and you 8, then they bring you in." But one door, while I was there, I know that some people were turned away because they didn't have a reservation.
Didn't have a
Yeah.
reservation. Yeah, you have to have a reservation, right?
Yeah. And it's a small place too. It's very intimate. You're sitting close together with the people next to you. So I think they're very careful about, how many reservations they take a night and how many people.
Yeah.
And so after the main courses, it's a dessert of fruit and baklava. John, what did you think of the baklava?
If I had to be a little bit critical, I would say that the baklava wasn't as good as you might hope. I really like a lot of nuts in my baklava, and I like it a little sweeter. So maybe there's a difference between Moroccan baklava and
There are a lot
Greek
of variations. There's a lot of countries that are in the Mediterranean that serve baklava, and they all have their own kind of unique twists. Some have a little bit more honey, some have a little bit more of the nuts.
I really like the baklava. Like you said, I think this might be a little bit more syrupy, more honey forward. I'm a big fan of their baklava there.
And I like the fruit bowl. I mean, that's different, right? That's very
that
unusual.
big bowl of fruit that comes out.
And because the restaurant's very social and geared to be social, it kind of just allows you to sit there for a minute later. The other thing they bring is a mint tea, which I really like.
Oh, that was really
Yeah.
good. Yes.
That mint after your stomach's so full is perfect.
Perfect. Yeah.
Settles down the stomach.
Yeah, it's great.
And then they add the rose oil at the end
Yeah.
of the meal. So you start with rose water, and then I think it was right before dessert they did the rose oil on the hands, which smelled good as well.
Emily, this was your pick. Sum it up for us.
So Marrakesh is a great place for all occasions, celebrations. It's a really fun, unique dining experience where you're gonna have a really full belly at the end of delicious Moroccan food, and your wallet is still gonna be nice and full because it's a great value.
John, sum up your experience for us.
I think it's a great place to take people who haven't experienced and have a good community event.
Geo, sum up your experience at Marrakesh.
So I think it is an experience that you have to have at least once, and I don't know that there's any other experience like it in Philadelphia. So I would definitely recommend it to people who've been here for a long time and haven't tried it.
Pull up a cushion and try Marrakesh for yourself, located at 517 South Lithgow Street in Philadelphia, 215-925-5929. Open for dinner 7 days a week, and reservations are accepted. The average tab per person without drinks is $35.